Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. We're both going to be kind of new here. I used to do YouTube back in the day. We're talking like 10 years ago. And then I stopped because life. And now I am committed to trying to get back into the stuff that I like to do, which involves the camera. So today's video is going to be about my solo business journey. I am a licensed massage therapist in the state of Virginia, and I have been licensed for 4 years. 4 years working for 5. And yeah, I am in a position of starting my business. It's been a long time coming. Kind of. It feels like it's only been 4 years, but it feels like 40 years that I've been working. So yes, and I wrote everything down in my little handy dandy notebook here because my mind is just scatterbrained a good majority of the time and I needed something to reference. So if you see me looking down or kind of fidgeting, it's because I'm looking at my book. Okay, so first things first, I guess the first question is, why do I want to start my own business? First reason being, and it being the most important reason, is because of my overall happiness. I am not happy with my current situation within my career field. For context, right now, I do have a primary job. I work for a wellness facility that encompasses all things health and wellness, okay? It's a gym, it's a physical therapy clinic, we have massage therapy, cardiac rehab, like you name it, we probably have it. And I've been there. That has been my primary job for the last 5 years. And as it stands right now, I think that I am just going through a super stagnant time. And I've felt this way for probably about a year now. And the reason being is because I have just hit a cap on growth within this certain position. And I'm battling on whether or not I want to leave completely. Right now I'm going to say no. Right now I'm going to say no, I don't want to leave completely. Number one, because it's paying the bills. And number two, I actually enjoy working there. I enjoy working there. I love the patients that I see. But yeah, I think that I've committed to 4 years as a therapist working there. And I just feel like I've done all that I can do. I think as a new grad, I was still trying to figure out which way was up, what type of caseload did I want to have, did I even really want to be a massage therapist was also in my mind. And now 4 years later, I love my job. I can absolutely say I love my job, but I need more. Which leads me to my second reason, is that I just want to maximize my career. I hear a lot of talk about massage therapists. They quit the industry super early after school. They're burnt out. They hate their life. The money sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I have definitely been in that position before. I won't say I'm in that current position now. More so before I found what my niche actually was, but I definitely was feeling that way early after college. And I think it's because a lot of people, first and foremost, don't know what their niche is, and two, they don't have any help or resources. The massage therapy community is very small. I can honestly say I don't have any massage therapy friends, like close friends. I have colleagues. But it's not people that I speak to on a regular basis to try to help me navigate, going left or right or whatever. And I think that that's also ties into happiness. I think it's hard feeling like you're by yourself in this bubble with nobody else to really talk to. So like for me personally, I have friends that also work in healthcare. They work in patient care, but they don't understand what I'm actually going through and what my day actually entails. We have similar days, but at the end of the day, not the same. Not the same career, not the same labor. My job is super labor intensive. The mental well-being of it all is not the same. So yeah, I definitely understand that. And I feel like in order for me to be happier, I have to take the steps to maximize my own career. At the end of the day, I can't rely on a job that I got as a new grad or the next 9 to 5 or a chain. I can't rely on anybody to do that for me. I have to take the steps to do it for myself. And I think a lot of people don't do that. Hence why they end up hating the career, they resent it, they're pissed off, unhappy, things of the sorts. Third reason, I have long-term personal goals and career goals that I want to reach. So personally for me, I definitely would like to be out of debt with a house and financially free, or at least semi-close to financial freedom. At this point in today's economy, I think that I just want to be comfortable and not having to be worried about the next bill coming in the mailbox, which has kind of been the state of not only me, but a good majority of the world right now. And career-wise, I don't want to say I want to be the best, but I do want to know that I have reached a very broad audience in my specific skill set. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Right now, I just feel like I'm in that big fish in a small pond persona, if you will. So yes, I'm good at my current job. I have a lot of people that know me at my current job. I've gotten a lot of referrals and patients at my current job. At this point, I've seen hundreds upon hundreds of patients. But this is also it's still within a bubble. Like, I'm not being asked to go outside of this bubble, outside of this building that I'm working in Tuesday through Friday, from 1 to 7. So yeah, and I think that, and again, all of this stuff's going to tie back in together because I feel stuck and stagnant. I feel like I'm in this bubble, big fish in a small pond, and I feel like I have more to give outside of where I'm currently working. Even though I love working there, I just know that I can give more. So I think that just in general, it covers the why. I didn't want to make it too long or too short. Some of this stuff I can go more in depth with as I produce more videos and content, which I am trying to commit to doing, not just for me, but for other people within my field. When I picked up this camera, before I picked up this camera, I was really trying to find people that I could relate to within my career field, and I realized that there is actually next to nothing in terms of content, more specifically on YouTube. If you go on Instagram and you type in massage therapy, sports massage therapy, blah, 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 you'll get people that are posting content as far as like treatments and techniques and things like that, but nobody like vlogs or shows what it's like to actually be a licensed massage therapist. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because people just think other people won't be interested, or if, like I said, people really hate their job that much they don't want to show what it's actually like. But coming from somebody that actually loves their job, like, I want to showcase that, and hopefully people will be receptive to it. All right, so let's move on to website building. So I have already completed the website and launched the business by the time you guys are seeing this video, which it wasn't supposed to go this way. I was supposed to be logging the entire process, and I didn't do that because I was a little stressed and a little overwhelmed, and I just didn't want to feel like I had the burden of trying to film this specific process. So I am going to open up my laptop and show you guys what my website looks like. I'm going to show you guys the services that I offer, how much I charge. That's tea, because I know a lot of people are really curious about money, how much money we make as therapists, and I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to show you the business startup costs and just kind of all the nitty-gritty that actually goes into starting up a business. In hindsight, it was it was easier than what I thought it was going to be. But I think trying to navigate all the legalities and just condensing down like the items that items I was actually going to need for my business, and I'm still working on that. I think it was a lot at that time, plus trying to film just made it way too much for me. So therefore, no footage from that. But I am going to show you the after. So let's open the laptop and see what we got going. All right, slight quality change. Had to switch to my iPhone. Yeah, the tripod for my camera wasn't fitting up on this desk, so we're on the cell phone to start. But here we are. This is my handy dandy business laptop. Good things are coming, and they are. Good things coming your way. So let's get started with looking at the website. But first, let's go to Google. Popping on up. This laptop's a little slow because I've had it for a while, but that's okay. All right, so yes, I'm gonna show you guys my website. So I already know the link. So the Tension Tamer. Wait, here it is. Yes, the Tension Tamer LLC.com. That's me. Name launch. Forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Oh my god! But here we are, and like. I'm not trying to be conceited, but like every time I see this website, I'm just amazed at myself that I actually did it by myself. Crazy. Okay, so this is me. This is my emblem, the Tension Tamer LLC, with a little illustration of a little back massage going here. And my tagline is where stress meets its match, okay? So that's the header, and then when you scroll down, you have me by the water, Hampton Roads. Love it. The locality, I probably shouldn't be talking too much about, but that's okay. It's already on the website. You already see it. It is what it is. But if you do live in Hampton Roads, book your girl. But that's me. Professional picture, looking so good. All right, so that's the home page, and then we're going to go into this navigation on the right side of the screen here. We're going to go to the About section. So this is my About Me. Again, great professional photo. And my About Me is just general. My name, how long I've been practicing, and then what my mobile massage therapy business is designed to do, what the goals are. And yeah, you guys can take time to read that if you want. Pause it, do what you need to do. I'm gonna move on to services. This is where half the tea is. So for services, my specific business is definitely separate from my current job. So the services that you're seeing right now, we don't offer those in its entirety. We've done chair massage events, but I can't tell you the last time we did a chair massage event. Sports massage, kind of not really. Not in, and when I say that, I mean not in an event-based setting. So when I say sports massage, I'm talking about event-based sports sideline work. That's my jam. So yes, I'm offering sports massage, stretch therapy, and chair massage. Okay, sports massage, and I'll actually read the descriptions for you guys. So sports massage, designed for active bodies. This treatment can help prevent injury, improve performance, and keep you moving at your best. Stretch therapy, when stretching on your own isn't good enough, receive hands-on assisted stretching to help unlock your body's full potential. And chair massage is short, sweet, the perfect massage type for busy professionals, athletes, and event guests. Okay, and then when you scroll down on that, you've got the clicky mouse telling you what your next step should be. If you liking what you're seeing, you go ahead and click that button. And before we do that, I'm just going to take you to the last tab here. So I added a frequently asked questions tab, which is still kind of a work in progress. I'm going to add a secondary page to this when I find the time. So yes, this is just frequently asked questions about mobile massage therapy and more specifically about the service types that I offer. So after people like what they see, they scroll down. Sidebar note, testimonials doesn't have a link yet because I don't have any testimonials yet. So once I start getting those in, I will add another link. And then the FAQ just takes you to the FAQ page. At the very bottom is my Instagram, which is active. But yeah, so let's move on. So you're the patient. You like what you see. She looks great. Services look like something I need. Let me go ahead and hit that book link. Book now. Let me book now with her. And then you're gonna get this short link page here to my Pocket Suite profile. So Pocket Suite is the software that I am doing business on. Okay, that's how I schedule my appointments, document patient care, and take my payment. I spent probably hours upon hours within the 3 months that it took me to start this business looking for a software. I did a little bit more digging and realized that I actually had Pocket Suite free through my practitioner insurance. So that was lit. $0 that it cost me. So, and I liked the interface and everything that you can do on it. So here we are on Pocket Suite. You get two options. You can either go straight to booking with me or you can hit the Let's Chat. Okay, let's hit Let's Chat. Hi there, message thetensiontamerllc.com. Typically replies within 1 minute. So this is a live chat that people can type in to talk to me if they have more questions before they book. Now, live chat meaning once you get past this, this is technically an AI prompt. So once you get past a couple of the AI prompts, the messages will start to go straight to my phone, and then I can talk to patients that way, which I thought was pretty neat. So if I was a patient and I was inquiring, I would respond, hello, I was wanting more info on the sports massage services. Okay, and then it's gonna ask, can we get your first and last name so we know who we're talking to? And this for me is a safety, a good safety harness. We'll say harness. A good safety harness, because with me being a massage therapist, there are a lot of people that are weird, a lot of people that are into trafficking and sex work and things of the sorts that are unfortunately tied to our career field, and we'll get into that at a later time and day in video. But in short, this is also one of my safety harnesses. So you have to give me a first name, last name. So we'll say, we'll say Ciara C. And then you'll wait for them to respond. And then you'll give a number. And then once you give the number, those messages will start to go straight through my phone. So now here's the thing with this is that you cannot exit out of the chat. If you exit out of the chat, it will not work. And all of your messages will be lost and I'll never see it. So that's just, an FYI. So there's that. And then let's go to book with me. All right, so now that we've read the description, let's move it along. We're getting a little lengthy here, so let's book now. All right, and this is gonna take you to the service page. This is where the tea is, okay? So you guys are saying the prices. I know, you're like, whoa. Why? And the reason being is because you have to account for a few things. Number one, because I am a traveling therapist, we have to account for mostly the convenience, okay? So while this may look like a extremely high price point to some people, I am very aware of the jurisdiction in which I would be providing therapy and understand what that demographic looks like financially. So this is actually on the lower side of what I should be charging. But because I am in business of trying to make things as affordable as possible, as well as fair for myself, these are the price points that I came up with. Another quality change. Sorry y'all, this video is getting a little ghetto. This is what happens when you're rusty in the film and editing department, so whatever. Switched back to the camera, figured out a setup. It's sitting on top of my Xbox. Hopefully it doesn't fall. So this is also what patients are going to see when they book with me. And I'll make a separate video on how it looks when I'm when I'm scheduling the patient and doing the payments and soap notes and blah, blah, blah. Stretch therapy, $105 for an hour. Sports massage. There's 2 tiers. There's a rookie tier, which is for intro to sports massage. If you're an athlete and you've never had sports massage, either on the sideline or in a training room, this would be the service for you. That's also an hour. And you guys can pause and read these descriptions if you want. I'm not going to get too deep into it. And then the second tier to that is Sports Massage Elite, which is $200 for 3 hours. So 3 hours is a standard game time, which is what I just predicted that as. And then last but not least, we have chair massages set for 3 hours maximum, okay, at $300. So we can either do a 1 hour minimum or a 3 hour maximum. Nothing more, nothing less. For the most part, I generally charge myself $100 for an hour. And I think that's fair. What I will say is that I originally had my first service starting at $225. And I just felt like I said, given where I live and the demographic that I would be treating, I just knew it wasn't going to be realistic. Okay, and that's where I'll leave it. So that's that. And then when you want to book an appointment, you're going to hit select. And then here to the right, it'll show you what you picked and your total. So I do take a deposit. This is also a secondary safety harness for massage therapists. If you're watching this, wanting to go out on your own, the first safety harness was the chat box. So trying to get information beforehand on a first name basis. And then your second safety harness is a deposit on the appointment type, which I charge $50. I also require a credit card. Let's hit next and see if it shows that. So you're gonna pick your day. Let's pick Saturday the 8th. We'll start at 11 a.m. This is pretty simple, which is also why I liked this website. All right, and I'm not gonna go past this here, but you put your number in, and then after you put your number in order to get the appointment, you have to pay the deposit. Okay, it is going to ask you for a credit card information. Now this is going to probably scare away all the weirdos that are trying to seek you out for ill intent, which is one reason why I added a deposit. Second reason for adding a deposit is so that people are held accountable when they cancel their appointments. So and then at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid. So you got to get paid, right? So the deposit for safety and for getting paid. In addition to the cancellation fee, which is something completely separate. Now I'm going to show you guys my interface and how it looks from my vantage point as a therapist. Only one critique I will give about this booking software is that it is just a little slow. Just a little bit. All right, so since this video is late, if you're looking at the bottom left, you'll see that I already had an appointment. Ugh, love that for me. And that was how much money I got for that appointment. But this is how it will look when I am checking invoices, charging clients, scheduling patients. So let's look at the forms I have. So the forms I have, which are also going to be attached to booking the appointment, are here. So I've got a few. Soap notes for the treatment types, termination of care. Hopefully I never have to use that. Client health intake, health history. That is a must when you're doing this type of stuff, okay? Physician's referral, physician's permission form, and I think I already said client feedback form. So that's it for forms. Contracts. We have contracts. These are important, fellow therapists. You have to have these. It is like non-negotiable, mostly for legality and liability. Okay, so contracts, I have attendance policy, patient consent, sports massage contract, chair massage contract, and a stretch therapy contract. Now, A patient is not going to get these at the time of booking. There is one form and one contract when they book the appointment. And then whatever else I need to send, I send them through my little messages tab here. And I'm not going to go in there because it's got patient information on it. So that's where they'll see it, and I'll text the patient or inform them that I've sent it over. Has to be filled out before the start of the appointment. Okay? If they don't fill it out, I probably will just cancel the appointment. I'm just being honest, because to me that's kind of a red flag. Third safety harness is when patients book the appointment, they have to give me the location so that I can Google it. Yes, I'm in your business. I want to see what the house looks like on Zillow. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta send the location over. If I don't like it, I don't proceed with the appointment. And that's what I love about being my own boss so far, is how much control I have over everything. Like, I'm not going to say it's a con to working for somebody else, but you don't know who's walking through the door. You don't know what the patient is going to look like before they get to the appointment. You know, there's also, it's not that I can't really dictate who I'm seeing and who I'm not seeing unless there's other factors that are involved, whether that be uncomfortability or lack of skill set. But with this, owning my own business, I can do whatever I want to do. And I love that for me. This is for me. Doing what I want to do and making my own rules. Entrepreneurship is for me, 100%. What else? I think that's going to be it for the booking software. So let's move on. So last but not least, to really more so talk about is the marketing aspect of it all. So that's something that you're going to have to navigate as you go. Like I said, by the time you guys see this video, I've already launched my business. Oh, I also joined a business networking group on Facebook for people within my area. So that's a good way to market yourself. The only con with that is that it is a little bit congested because everybody wants to start a business, right? So you have everybody putting their business information in there, trying to market themselves. So if you want to be seen, you're going to have to post it more than once. Oh, silly me. I got to show you guys the startup costs. If you are a licensed massage therapist wanting to start a business or interested in what it actually takes to start a business and how much money you need, this is going to give you just a rough, and I mean rough, estimate of what it's going to take to get started. Right now, you're seeing the top portion is the startup costs. Okay, so your business registration, which is your LLC. Okay, your business license, which gives you the right to provide services in your area. My website costs. I built my website through Canva, and that was $18.99. The business license was $50, and the business LLC registration was $100. Okay, booking software was $0. I said that because it's through my practitioner liability insurance, so that's nice. Marketing materials were $0 because I'm using a digital business card. I don't have to worry about buying paper, printing paper. Canva is free, so any templates, like marketing templates that I would be making on Canva, are going to be from the free version. And your practitioner liability insurance, I use AB&P, and that's $20 a month. Once I get this a little bit more organized, it'll be better, but this is the stuff that I'm logging for my personal business, okay? And you guys can kind of take away or add to whatever it is that you're doing. And because I don't know how well this is actually going to go for me, I didn't want to go balls to the wall with a bunch of costs and not be making my money back. I have had prior experiences with a business. I was reselling vintage clothing through Depop for a while, and come tax time, I was looking like a deer in headlights because I didn't do my research. I just thought it was going to be fun to make some extra money on the side, and that's not how it goes at all. So coming into this new business, I'm a little bit more mindful about the initial startup costs, and I'm just gonna have to be more diligent about logging all of my expenses, you know, mileage included, this go around. So yes, so this is just a very rough to draft, clearly, that I need to finish filling out, but we'll do that at a later time. All right, you guys, so that is it as it stands. Hopefully you found that interesting. Great. If not, that's fine too. If you're willing to stay with me on this journey, I appreciate you so much in advance. Not only is my channel going to be dedicated to just life as a licensed massage therapist, but just life in general. What it's like to be, you know, in my late 20s, just navigating life. And I think now more than ever, this is a time where people need normalcy and relatability, which is also lacking in the content world. And so I'm hoping that I can be committed and consistent enough to give you guys that. So yeah, again, thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope and pray that it exceeds beyond my original plan. But yeah, so until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.